I think sometimes it's disregarded because they feel as if sometimes we can feel like y'all don't know anything, you know?
Wow. So how can you come to that conclusion that we don't know anything?
But I think that can be the perception. And excuse me, I probably said that too quickly. Mm-hmm. Not that you don't know anything, but I think sometimes the perception
like you know too much?
Yeah, I think sometimes the perception can be we don't do things that way anymore. It's the 20th century. We do things differently now. You know what I mean? We've come a long way. And so, you know, even the idea of marriages and relationships and all of that, a lot of that has changed from what we originally knew it to be. A lot of how people think and process information, a lot of that has changed. And so I think that goes back to the younger generation thinking that the older generation is thinking something different. You know, I think we have to find the common ground to be able to appreciate the experiences that we've come from through our elders, but I also think that, you know, our elders should be able to appreciate where we're going as well. That's how we can live together and coexist.
Do you think there's anything that, as an African-American older male, can do today that can help bridge that gap that they're not doing right now? So give me a couple of those things you think.
This right here, talking. I appreciate you, having me here. I'm sure, as I said before, you've been on the earth almost twice as long as I have. So I know that you have men with far more, developed insights or views on the world or whatever have you, who have been through a lot more. But the fact that you even care to hear from a young man like me, I think that this is what starts it, to be able to sit and listen and say, okay, well, what are you thinking? How do you see the world? How do you get through every day? You may be experiencing something that I just don't experience because we're in two different parts of our lives. We're in two different points in our journey. You have children. I don't have children. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
You live through what it is that you've lived through. I haven't necessarily done that. However, my story is my story. I think if we can share with one another and not be afraid to sit at the table and hold difference, I think that's the main thing, because there will always be difference. I may look at things differently than how you look at them, but the strength in it is, can we coexist?
That's correct.
Can we hold the difference and not storm it? Because it's a luxury to be able to get up and walk out the room.
That's correct.
You know what I'm saying? And I think, I also do think that, now, specifically in the younger generation, we'll get up and leave in a second. We'll quit a job.
That's correct.
We'll quit a relationship. So let me
we'll
move on. But in the older, I've seen, people who have been married for 30, 40, 50 years. Like, how did you hold difference because you had to have it.
That's correct.
Through children, through career, through relationship, through molding of different families. You had to have had it. So I think we can glean from that to be able to sit and hold it.